Monday the 8th of August, and it's the start of another work week. Starting a little earlier than normal this week because of the change in times to my local depot's opening hours on a Monday. They're now closing at 12 lunchtime, so I've got to get cracking and make sure I've got everything done and ready to go. It was a bit of a special weekend for me this weekend, though, because I had something of a special haul this weekend, and that was my new granddaughter. She was born on Saturday, £7 3 ounces, and she's just gorgeous. So I'm just really pleased that she's here, pleased that she's healthy, and looking forward to seeing a lot more of her. But anyway, back to Lego related things, and let's see what we've got today. We've got 12 orders yet to be shipped, and there's one order that I've just invoiced as well, which was one for the States, so I doubt that that'll be paid this morning in time for the post, but not a problem, that will go out as soon as it's paid. Nothing super significant. There is an order for 109 lots, so that'll take a little bit longer than some of the orders to pick, so I need to make sure that I'm able to get that done in time. And then we've got just one order on Brickowl. Brickowl is back to being a bit of a pain and being a bit low on orders. I don't know why this fluctuates so much. If I look at the active carts, and I know, we've had a discussion recently in comments and things that it doesn't seem to mean an awful lot, but I've got about 28 active carts at the moment, and I would have thought that would lead to some orders, but clearly not at the moment. On eBay, we have got 4 orders to ship, and I'll go through those in a second. And in fact, I have already been doing some picking because I had to get a little bit ahead last night, so I had half an hour last night just before I went to bed. And so these are the orders that I've picked so far. As always, I always start with the small orders. So yeah, nothing amazing here. Got some minifigures going out on eBay, some used, some new. And then I sold this set, minus minifigures. Listed it last week, it's 7961. Listed it last week for £45, and it sold over the weekend, so I was pleased with that. So just going to get this little lot, this first batch, packed up, and then move on to some slightly bigger orders. So we've got the second batch of orders picked, all mostly parts orders, at least, except for a couple of minifigures that are going out. So we're going to get those packed and off to the post office very shortly. And then the next thing up for me is putting away all of these 1x bricks that have been sorted into size and colour for me. And then some more down here, mostly sort of Technic bricks and bits and pieces. And then I've got some various sets and things to sort out that I've pulled from my Lego room upstairs, and I'll maybe show you them later. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with them, whether I will try and just throw some on eBay or whether to just break them down for parts. Okay, so I'm just getting to sorting out all of these 1x bricks, and the way that I'm doing it is stacking them in part type, so that I do all of the 1x2s first, the 1x3s, 1x4s, 1x6s, etc. Then we get to things like these ones with the studs on the side. We've got Technic bricks. We've got anything that is a 1x brick here. over here we get to some of the bigger ones, and then lots more of the larger Technic ones. And then all I'm doing is I'm bringing them over to the desk and start adding them into Brickstore, one stack at a time. I've just done the 1x2s, done the 1x3s now, and as I go I put them away. And the way that I do my 1xs will horrify people probably, because there's just so many that they're not going to go into small drawers. So what I do is I have my stacks of larger drawers over here, and people are horrified that they're not even numbered. They don't need to be, because there's just so few of these. I know exactly what's in them, so I start with 1x plates, and I think I've been through this before. 1x plates, 2x plates, and then go down to plates. So I get typically square plates, smaller rectangular plates, and then we go down, we get to Technic bars, and then further down again Technic bricks, and over here we've got the 2x bricks, and then onto the 1x. So that's why I've got the missing drawer here, because I've just been doing the 1x2s, and I use the bag method. And I know that some people start their brick stores this way because it's easy, and more importantly it's cheap, but I do it just because of bulk. It's not as easy to pick as going into a drawer, but the number of drawers that I'd need for all of the different sizes and color combinations and everything else is just too much for me, for the used and the new together in the size of room that I've got. Just is not really going to work, I don't think. And this works for me, to be honest. And the way I do it is I'll wait until I can tell the drawers are getting down a bit, and then I'll do another batch, which is what I'm doing now. And it works out pretty well in the end. So anyway, just thought I'd touch on that. I'm going to get on next with the 1x4s, which are all stacked up and waiting over here. I think we've got 2 stacks of these. So we'll get that one. I've only got one hand, of course, while I'm using the camera. And we've got a second stack of 1x4s. Of course, I'd love to have more of them, but that's all about, you know, that dilemma of creating enough, sorting enough bulk, getting them into the categories and bags, and then building up those categories big enough before you sort. And the problem I have is that I'm always needing more supply before I can build up the categories. So we tend to end up with one pretty large bag, and then we just split them out, and this is the kind of volume that it's given me. I don't know how many hundreds or maybe 1,000 or so parts there are here, but there's quite a few, and it makes it worthwhile doing. So I've finished adding all of the 1x parts now to the Brickstore file, and we've ended up with £95 worth of used parts going in there. Now, this is the bit that always gets me, because it always seems like an awful lot of work to get £100 worth of parts. So that's the downside of used. It hasn't cost me anything, or virtually nothing, so it's all profit minus your time, and time is a big factor, you know. So if you can be earning more doing something else in that time, then maybe you should be doing that. So that's one of the big dilemmas of running a used versus a new store. The difficulty with new, of course, is generating enough income to have free cash to keep spending on new sets, etc. So anyway, gonna get this lot uploaded to the store now, and hopefully it'll add a few extra lots. Just packing up this morning's orders. It's another slow day, and we've only had 5 orders across Bricklink and Brickowl, a couple of which we packed up last night. And again, small orders. And then on eBay, we've got a Bone Demon minifigure that's sold. And I'm just waiting payment on this Star Wars set, which I sold for, I made an offer actually of £45, which was accepted. So that's the carbon freezing chamber. And yeah, gonna get those packed up and ready for the post office. I think next up I've got some base plates here. I just need to give a quick clean to, and I'm going to get them listed. And then I've got a few more of my own sets to list on eBay, and I was just sorting out a cupboard yesterday and going through some of the boxes, which I always flat packed, and so I'm going to be trying to get those photographed and listed as well. So that's the next job. 2 more orders in over lunchtime, and the interesting thing about this is that this was only actually listed about 45 minutes earlier. It's actually a used set with instructions, box, everything. I need to put the items in here in some bubble wrap, etc. But that sold really quickly for £40. Maybe I should have listed it for a little higher, but I'm happy with that. And then we've got a Ninjago figure going out as well. Still not had payment for this one, so I'm not sure that that will make it out today. And then still got some more similar items to this to list. We've got a box over here for the next victim, which is going to be the Flintstones set when I can find the manual. We've got a few other little sets and things to list, like the Lego shop, and we've got the I don't know if we can see that down there. That's the little corner cafe or something like that it was called. And then we've got lots of bits and bobs ready to be sorted out. Not sure whether to bother listing these as complete sets or whether to break them down for the minifigs, etc. So I'll need to look into that before I do that. Other than that, I'm going to get back to probably more bulk and see how we get on. In this week's video, I was saying thanks to someone who had donated to me on Ko-fi, and was reminded quite rightly that I hadn't thanked a couple of people for giving me a thanks on one of my previous YouTube videos from a couple of weeks back. So I just want to give a really big shout out to Matthew Reynolds, who gave me my first ever thanks, my, you know, the super thanks, whatever you want to call it, on a YouTube video, and that was really appreciated. And he must have spurred Kai on to do the same, because Kai also was a superstar and gave me a great donation and sent his kind regards from Germany, which is, you know, one of my favorite places. I used to spend a lot of time in Germany, actually, in my last job, and working basically for a German company, and was often out there in Wetzlar, which is not too far away from Frankfurt, from those who don't know it, but I visited many other places over there as well. So shout out to both of those guys, both superstars, for giving me my first super chat thanks, whatever they're called these days, on a YouTube video. Really appreciated. It's Tuesday evening, Tuesday the 9th, about just coming up to 8:30, and still just tinkering away on the store. This is the kind of thing that happens, is I'm working on the store through the day, and then on an evening you seem to find other things to do that sort of are related to you know, running the store, whether that be you know, doing your accounting, or doing some research, looking for deals. In this case, it's getting ready to publish my latest blog article, which is about syncing your Bricklink store with Brickowl. And as with all of the articles I've been putting on the blog lately, they're all aimed at the relatively new Bricklink seller. So do check it out if you're new, if you're thinking about starting a store. This is just going to touch on the various options for syncing, and walking you through you know, the pros and cons of each of them. We've got BrickSync, Brick Freedom, Brickpacker in here, and yeah, hopefully it's useful to anyone considering setting up a Brickowl store in particular, to go hand in hand with your Bricklink store, and you know, which software to use to do that syncing, because you're going to need a third-party software. Anyway, I'm just giving it a final check, and then I'm about to hit publish. By the time you see this video, it will be live, and you'll be able to go and read it if you want. We've got a comment here from Nicola in Switzerland, who says, "Hi there, appreciate your YouTube channel and your accent." Not everyone appreciates my accent, I'm sure. I'm building the UNESCO Heritage Castello Montebello Bellinzona, and also they are a southern Switzerland Wolves fan. And I just looked up this castle that they refer to, and it looks like an amazing building there. So that sounds like a great Lego mock that they're creating there. And Nicola, when you finish that, why don't you send some pictures, and I'll share them with the channel. But thanks for your comment and for the great order. So here we are with all the morning's orders picked and packed, ready just to be put into envelopes and go off to the post office. A few minifigure related orders today. This was the one that was going off to Nicola in Switzerland, but there are other minifigure related stuff in here as well. This one's an order that's just come in, or just been paid rather, for Canada, so that was an extra one to what I mentioned this morning. A couple more of the motors slash these are actually actuators, but this was part of the motor haul that I got the other week. So just going to get those packed away, as I said, and then I'm going to be passing this over to get parted out. This is the used diner set that I mentioned in a couple of vlogs ago. It's supposed to be all complete, and I'm pretty sure that it will be. It's going to take a little bit of parting out. I did contemplate trying to just sell it, but the part out value is like £230 used, versus looking on eBay, they're going for about £150, and that's posted. So I'm just going to get this lot into the store, add some lots, and see, you know, what money I can make on that. I'm just working through some of my unmatched lots in Brick Freedom. One of the issues with syncing, and this goes with any of the applications, is that they don't always have a link for every part from Bricklink to Brickowl. And when you're using BrickSync in particular, that's a problem, because there's no way to match up the items. But with something like Brick Freedom, and I think Brickpacker has something similar, they have a matching function, so that it will show you a list of all of the unmatched parts. So all of these are unmatched, for instance. And then what you can do is you can go to Brickowl, find the equivalent part in Brickowl. So let's say I'm looking for this part, and then you want the Brickowl ID, and I can see actually I think I pasted the wrong number in here, so I'm going to delete that suggestion and go into here and paste that number in, and then I'm going to hit save. And I think I've made the same mistake on the other 2 items as well, so I need to go back. I'm going to just delete those suggestions now. So let's go back to Brickowl. Let's just take a step back, look at the inventory, find the part. So let's say I want this one this time. I'm going to copy that, go to Brickowl, oh sorry, Brick Freedom, and put it in, save it, and let's do one last one. Go back, let's go down to here, and we want the Brickowl ID, and then we're going to go to Brick Freedom, and we're going to paste it in. Now, some of the other sort of counterparts where they are parts with stickers applied don't always exist in Brickowl, so it's a little bit hit and miss with those. Let's have a look at this one here. This is a printed tile, and it comes in set 79119. We can see from here. So if I go to Brickowl, type in 79119. It looks, I'm pretty sure it would have come up on the screen if it existed. We can check the inventory and go through looking for that counterpart. So we're looking for the part with the sticker applied. I can see there's one, but that's not the one that we're looking for. So I don't see it there at all, so unfortunately we can't match that particular part up, and we'll move on to the next one. It's warming up again in the UK, and I've given in and we've ordered a couple of these air conditioning units to put around the house, and it's forecast, I think, for around 30, 35, 36 at the weekend. Another extreme heat warning, so it's really hot already, even with fans on in the room here. So hopefully that's going to cool us down a little bit. Now with orders, just 4 orders today, nothing huge at all. 3 here, we've got a poly bag and a couple of figures and mostly parts. This order has pretty much wiped me out of most of the colours of the 2x bricks. We've got just about every colour there, and they bought 5 green base plates, which I only listed about 2 days ago, along with a bunch of other road plates and things. So good to see those moving. Now next up for me is going to be getting this lot put away. This is the diner, all parted out, sorted, ready to list and upload to the store, and that's probably going to be my job for the next couple of hours, getting that added to the store. I think there's about 2,500 parts there, so that will be good, and then we'll get back to more used bulk, etc. I've just got 3 more small Bricklink and Brickowl orders in that I wanted to get picked and get off in today's post. Just minifigures and the odd few parts mostly, and a sticker sheet here. I'm having to actually put them over here temporarily as I've been picking them, because I've just got a mess all over my desk here, with lots of pots spread out of parts from the diner, and I'm just getting these all listed and put away. Just hoping to get this finished today. Had a little bit of a side issue where I just needed to pop out for a little bit, which has just put me back a little bit, but hopefully still get all this lot put away today. So I've got the aircon in place, temporarily at least. Unfortunately it has to go out of the window, which is a bit of a pain, but you know, we knew this when we bought it. And that has kept me cool while I've been parting out the diner, and I'm just about to upload it, and you can see that that's going to add nearly 2,500 parts for around £210. So well worth parting out. It is time consuming though to do these modulars, and it is time consuming even more to do used sets versus new, because first of all, you've got to have the parts sorted out, which I had someone do for me, so that was easy. But then you've got to be going through and checking all of the part, making sure that the quantities are right at least. In this case, the quality was absolutely fine. There was nothing to worry about even looking over the bricks for quality, because they were just fine. In fact, a less honest seller may have put them all into new stock, but they're fine and they're all listed, and just about to upload them now. It's a fairly modest Friday today. We've got 8 orders in total. That's across Bricklink and Brickowl. Fairly even split. I think there's 3 orders for Brickowl and 4 for Bricklink, and then we've also got an order on eBay. There are a couple of items, interestingly, like this red guitar here, and a few other bits and pieces that have sold from the diner set, which is interesting because that only went up not very long ago at all. And so good to see things moving quickly, as always. Of course, that's only a tiny fraction of what's in there. So anyway, I'm going to get these packed up and get them off to the post office. And I've had a bit of a problem with Royal Mail the last 2 days, because they've highlighted me to check my mail for some reason, and they've been putting my mail aside, and I'm still waiting to get some feedback as to what might be wrong. I don't know if it's just a random spot check that they do occasionally, or whether they have seen some things mislabeled or something. I really don't know what the problem is. I'm always very honest about, you know, what I ship. I know that you know, Royal Mail are always worried about people sneaking extra things through that they haven't paid for. That's certainly not the case with me. The only thing I can think is, of course, I send by Jiffy Bag, and I always check them through this ruler, and I guess some of them, you know, if they move, can be a little tight, and maybe they don't agree that they're going through as large letter. But anyway, we'll wait for the feedback from them. It's probably just a random spot check. But anyway, I'll give you an update if they do come back to me.